All right, we are recording this time?
Yeah, we're recording this time. Hello, everyone. My name is Josh. Welcome to the Chain Ran podcast. And just so you know, this is an explicit quarantine episode. My sunglasses are fogging up so much, I can't even see the screen with this thing on. This stupid bit. And if you didn't know, this is an explicit show, so I'm going to give you 5 seconds to listen to something else. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Corona. That's the deadliest word on the planet right now is coronavirus.
Yeah, I know. It's nuts.
Or whatever.
And we're just playing right into it because we're stupid. And
Hey, we might as well own it.
yeah. Listeners can review the show on iTunes. You can send us emails and voicemails to be played on air. You try to drink through, dude. Try to play through the mask was hard too. It's blocking the freaking channel.
Watch, I can do this.
You do this? You make it work? Just
safe
drink.
Jesus Christ! Oh,
Safe drink. Safety drink.
God, I got this. Is it? No,
You gonna like snort it up your nose? What are you doing?
I can't figure it.
While he's figuring that out, you can like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or if you're Australian, Snapchat. Become a patron at patreon.com/channelrant. And last but not least, please invite and share with your friends. Mr. Fuko.
Yes, Josh.
You know what really COVID's my 19?
What's that?
When, as a pipe band and a member of leadership of the world's greatest pipe band, our big money-making year, our big money-making like weekend of the year where we get tons of our operating budget so that we can buy uniforms and equipment and things like that we need for competition, gets butt-fucked by pandemic.
Yeah. We're even going to go on a trip this year, and I'm sure that's fucked.
I'm sure everything's fucked.
As well as probably the entire pipe band world.
Yeah, man.
So this could, well, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that.
You're right.
Yeah. And I mean, and actually, we're kind of going straight into the topic because that is our topic for today.
Yeah, it's going to be an all COVID-19
It's
episode.
an all COVID-19 episode, and we gotta decide how long we want to go along with this bit because I'm sweating.
Oh, I'm dying
Like a goddamn rapist in this thing. I am sweating like a whore in church, man. It is not good. Hold on, let me refresh myself with some cleansing CDC approved whiskey.
I'm sweating like Beer Boy Brad in boot camp.
I'm sweating like Angel at a Merle Haggard concert. All right. So before we get into some of the emails that we sent, we did post on our social media accounts that, tell us your stories of getting butt fucked financially thanks to event cancellations and things of that sort. So before we get into those, on a positive note, I want to welcome a new patron.
Yeah.
We have a new patron, Matt. Sir,
Thank you.
thank you for becoming one of the 6 and supporting the show on Patreon. We appreciate that.
A lot of the listeners should support the show now that we're stuck in this house, quarantined.
Forever. Yeah. So we're not leaving.
We may live stream the rest of the next 2 weeks of our lives straight.
Yeah.
So
because
now's the chance.
we stocked up. We have a pack of cigarettes, 13 beers, 1 flask of whiskey, and 1 roll of toilet paper
between us.
Between two grown men on a high protein diet for 3 weeks.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be like Big Brother, the murder edition. And Fusco left his Xbox at home, so he's doomed.
Oh, I'm totally fucked, dude. I might
We'll
make
do
end of the world trip to
so
across town.
since we're quarantined together, for the next 3 months, and we're both going to be living in the same house and live streaming it for 2 months straight. How do we want to solve the whole masturbation situation? Do you want to just like hang a sheet?
So you there's like a sheet like here, like a circular sheet, and you just go inside and whack off, and then
Yeah. So like I have some drops for painting, so we could get some tarps.
Perfect. Drops would be great.
We hang it up, and then we just cut a hole.
To watch or to
No, for master. Oh, you want to jerk yourself off? Okay. Okay. Never mind then.
I didn't know it was gonna be like a white sheet glory hole.
Yeah, and I'm not taking the gloves off, by the way.
Ever?
No.
Well, these actually feel pretty good on the skin. Yeah, and they make a lot of
I feel like
nice sounds.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I like
I might start a little brush fire.
the friction fire will be amazing.
Yeah, friction of the rubber on my gingery bush. I think that might start some flames.
I remember
And yes, to those who are speculating, the carpet does match the drapes. Except grayer.
that That makes me think of something. Did you ever?
My hair, the grayness in my hair makes me look like I'm 40. The grayness on my dick makes me look like I'm fucking 90.
You ever experience friction fire on your penis during sex?
No, I haven't.
It could have been psychosomatic, but I definitely did in high school, and I think it's because somebody said that it happens. So then I had sex with my girlfriend at the time, and it was like, yeah, no, this sucks.
Was it more of like a bump and grind situation? Because I mean, the other thing is, I have to assume it is directly correlated to like, you know, how clean you keep the shaft.
I don't know. I don't know why. I'm sure it was in my head because I've never experienced it since, really, that I remember, and. But I remember that still to this day. I was, 16, 17 years old. Whatever.
And you were concerned that you were going to start a fire by fucking your girlfriend?
Yeah. We didn't start the fire.
It was always burning like a herpagonosyphilis.
Exactly. Can we take these masks off?
Yeah, I'm fucking dying.
Yeah, fuck this. Oh, fuck this bit.
Oh, my God.
Plus, I can't drink.
Oh, I'm like fogging. I couldn't fucking see. I was fogging up my glasses so much. We need some proper... CDC approved PPE equipment that doesn't fog up my sunglasses.
Yeah, how do we do that? You know what you do? Microscopic holes in your glasses.
In my shades.
Drilled in there, yeah.
Just like little
airflow
defogger holes.
Yeah. Let me know how that works out for you.
Yeah, I'll just put a fan in. I'll just put like a little fan that blows up, blows up my nose, and out my eyeballs. Just
perfect. I like it.
All right. So we asked you, how is your band getting financially done in the pooper hole by this whole cancellations of events? And we got some emails.
We do.
The first email I will read.
Okay.
It is from our good friend Dan. Dan says, "Hi, cunts. I know you haven't heard from me in a while. I've been about 4 episodes behind for several months, and I'm trying to catch up. Must say this."
So have we.
Yeah, no, so have we. At least a week behind, usually.
Yeah.
Must say this. The Dominatrix needs to just be a regular segment on the show. Work on that. I mean, it's not, Megan's Corner.
Yeah.
Just do one day where we record a bunch of bits, and then we just cut to it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
Just let her run. Let her say whatever she
Let
wants
her
to say.
go
Just
wild.
cut it up.
Yeah. As to the subject matter at hand regarding COVID-19 and gigs, I have taken it way up the pooper this St. Patrick's Day season. My schedule was booked solid from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. on the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day, and from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. on St. Patrick's Day. This was a good, even mix of band gigs and personal gigs that I was planning on pocketing a pretty penny. At least someone gets personally paid on St. Patrick's Day.
Almost everybody.
Except for fucking dumbasses. Now my Saturday is completely open. Our band received so many cancellations that they made the decision to not appear altogether this season due to the inherent risk of large crowds. That and the governor of my state put a ban in place of large gatherings with 50 or more people. All of my personal gigs canceled except for one. It's a nursing home gig, and they're on lockdown. They didn't want to cancel me, so the arrangement that we have made is I'm going to stand outside the bay window of the dining room and play through the glass. That way I still get paid, and they aren't breaking their lockdown. Dude, call Ventanas. This
is a good idea.
That's a good idea. We should do that, because we have an old folks home gig as well. Fortunately for me, I have contracts with non-refundable deposits for all my bookings, so I get paid some money. Yeah, that would have been smart.
I should have done that.
I get paid some money to sit on my ass and do nothing. Still, I miss the ambiance and the exhilaration of playing for a crowd. Maybe next year. Anyways, hope you guys haven't been hit too hard, but I suspect it's everywhere just like it is here in Ohio. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. I love listening to you when you're traveling for gigs, as I'm not in the car for long periods of time without the kids in the back very often. See you later, fuckers. Dan the Man.
Yeah, Dan, we're all in the same situation. We had an old folks home that had canceled. We knew that was coming. I saw that coming.
That was so obvious that one was going to be canceled.
Yeah. So that one hurts. We've done that every year. Maybe they'll do like when all this is over, they'll like bring back entertainment. I don't know. Some people are talking about like doing this one place that canceled. It's an Irish pub. And he was like, "Hey man, when this is all over, we're gonna do like a day after tomorrow fucking party.
Yeah, it's gonna be the end of the world party.
End of the world, we all survived the end of the world party." And he's like, "I'll have you back for that." I'm like, "Great, man." It sucks for everybody.
It really does. Yeah, so, I mean, and it sucks for businesses. It sucks for musicians. It sucks for bands. It sucks for events.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the large Henderson St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yeah. Festival, the whole
festival and parade in Henderson, and that entire event got canceled, and they got about 24 hours notice.
Yeah, that's wild.
That is just fucked. That is so fucked up.
I saw a Facebook post today, as a matter of fact, from friend of the show, Aaron Shaw, hashtag Tinkers or whatever they're called.
Pickled Winklers.
Pickled Winklers, yeah. But he was talking about
we should get Aaron on.
Yeah, we definitely
He'd be
should.
good fun. He's really funny.
Yeah, but he was talking
and
about
I think
how...
they told me they listen to the show when they're driving, which I feel bad about because we shit on them a lot. They're great, and I love it. I mean, I wear their shirt on the show.
To be fair, we shit on everybody.
Yeah, we shit on everyone.
But he was posting. Obviously, he's an independent musician, and he's posting something about how, like, especially these old folks' homes that are going on lockdown, because so many musicians, not just St. Patrick's Day, but like everybody all year long, they always do something, like, because they always have like these high, well organized entertainment committees, right?
Yeah.
Because what else do these people do? They sit in
Jack
their
shit.
fucking house all day. So they organize all.
Well,
stuff.
actually, if it's
So
old folks, they fuck a lot.
Well, that too, but but it's going to hurt a lot of musicians in general, not just us. It's just our time of year, unfortunately. But there's a lot of people not.
Well, and I think the ramifications are going to be felt. Like, I've gotten hundreds, literally. I think like I had like 400 or 500 emails and messages asking about the Vegas games from people. And they're like, well, what's going to happen with you guys? And I was like, right now we're planning on going forward. We got to see, we'll let you know as soon as we know, but I'm just keep moving forward, see what happens,
Yeah.
If they cancel everything and then it blows over in 13 days, I'm going to be really pissed.
That would suck. Like, you might as well wait till the last day. Except that
I need like
2 weeks. Do you have
2
contracts?
weeks.
Yeah, like, do you have to like let people know?
Oh, I would lose a shit ton of money no matter what, but the big thing for me is I'd like at least 2 weeks of notice just so that I can let people know not to travel.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
Because I got a lot of vendors traveling. I got they just banned travel from the UK now, so I got judges that depending on how long this takes. The big thing that I'm concerned with is knee-jerk reactions. So it's going to be everyone's going to say, oh my God, everything's canceled until June because we're shitting our pants.
Right.
And then like April 1st, they're going to be like, oh no, it's all good now.
Everything's okay.
Yeah.
By the way, everything's fucked for 3 months because we all canceled everything.
Yeah. So it's like, what I'm hoping for is I'm hoping people will just like take a little bit of time because there's been so much development over the past 48 hours.
Right.
That people will just take a little time before they have a knee-jerk reaction and just say, okay, let's kind of take this. Let's take our planning and our cancellations and whatever in like 2-week chunks. Let's just kind of look at the next 2 weeks over a larger period of time as well, so you don't absolutely fuck everybody. Because
Right.
I think Woodland announced that they're not doing their event.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, so it's just wild. It sucks ass.
Yeah, it's
like, dude, we're Scottish. We don't give a fuck. Let's fucking
or Irish.
Yeah, let's fucking rage.
Let's party, man. And then we had gigs yesterday. It's been interesting in Vegas. I think it's interesting because I think we've had some cancellations, but there's a lot of people like, no, man, fuck it. They're going the opposite way. They're like, fuck all this nonsense. We're going ahead.
Yeah, we're going for it.
Let's all get sick. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So we had our annual Johnny Mac's gig, this pizza bar place that we play at every year.
Yeah, I think I played there. I played the first shift there, and it was like dead. And I was
2 to
like,
3.
oh,
There's
fuck.
nobody there because he was counting on the festival to be happening. Nobody there. So then you and I go off and do this house party where this fucking 100-year-old woman who should not be having guests over, but she did.
She doesn't give a fuck, dude.
No, she didn't give a shit.
She's already lived 100 years, man. She was
She's ready to go.
She survived the Titanic. She can survive this.
She looked just like that lady, didn't she? Yeah. I didn't even think of that. But then Johnny Mac calls us and says, hey, can you send your Piper back? We're packed. I'm like, oh, fucking hell. I'm like, yeah, we'll be there in like an hour.
Yeah.
So we got another gig out of it because he paid us twice for showing up twice. So
yeah.
We're like, hey, things are working out. And then what else happened? That was it yesterday, right?
Yeah, and then today you get a call. You get a call today for someone. She's like, fuck it.
Yeah, we have this guy who's in a rich part of town. He's like, this is nonsense. Everybody's canceling everything. We're going to have our own goddamn parade down my street. I'm like, can you send me a Piper? I'm like, if you want to pay for it, sure.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we're going to do it. The guards might come and break us up, but we don't care. We're going to do it anyway. They may be shooting at us. I mean, he literally said they might shoot at us. I don't know. I'm like, well, I'll send the guy with the gun then. I'll send you and Jeremy.
Wait, fuck, is that? It's me and Jer.
Send you two to go do that one.
Dude, we will return fire.
I know. I'm okay with this. So yeah, no, it's working out. And a couple small cancellations because the location was forced to close it. But anyway, that's in making up their own minds, not a corporation. So far has been going ahead with it. So
yeah,
we'll see. And then we'll get into it a little bit later with the mad pranks we did last night, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we have another email. This is from Aaron. Do you want to read this one?
Sure. Sup, Chanarant. I saw the tweet earlier and I decided to drop by with an email. I would have sent in a voice recording, but my voice recording app on my phone took a fat shit. Just like the fat beer shits I would have taken all these St. Patty's Day gigs. I currently play with Turlock Ears.
What now?
Turlock Ears, grade 5 band, which by the way is the only grade band.
I thought you just had I was looking at my phone. I thought you just had a fucking stroke. I was like, uh-oh.
Turlock Ear.
Fusco stroked out on air.
Which by the way is the only graded band in Iowa. The COVID-19 canceling St. Patrick's Day gigs. I am very sad that local townie chicks won't ask about my kilt, nor lift it up to ask what I am packing. Now I can't crush the puss. Hashtag crush the puss, man. These are dark days indeed. Secondly, episode 105 with Graham was hysterical. I don't know what it is, but when you start mixing army humor and bagpiping, some really shit happens. Okay, I had something similar happen when I sat next to some retired army veterans at a Scottish Heritage Society of Iowa dinner. Anyways, I hope the COVID-19 stuff ends soon as we can all go out and crush the puss. I feel it, brother. Take care, fellas. Aaron. P.S. I'm still salty about the meme never getting published about Andrew Douglas. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
so send it
Andrew
again
Douglas
because I have no idea what it was.
Send it again because we don't give a shit now.
We might care. We might not.
I feel like we've had Doogie on the show enough to where if he never came back again, no one would care.
You think?
Yeah. Or if we could.
I think some people care.
I think we should do a beef. We should get a beef going, and then
with them.
Yeah, get a beef going with Doogie, and
you
then
already have one.
We squash the beef, like we do, we do like the summit. We'll have Doogie.
Can we have a beef with somebody more important than Douglas?
We'll have Andrew Douglas. We'll have all of Field Marshal. We'll have Steve McWhirter. We'll have Bill Cottle all on the show at the same time. It'll be the round table of people who hate our guts.
I don't think Andrew hates us, but you could make that happen.
Yeah, I can make.
You're on the edge.
I can make him hate us.
Don't make him hate me. I got to work, especially now that
yeah.
Now that
hey, look on the bright side. You already work from home, so
exactly, it's a great thing. That's speaking of that.
See,
Piper's Dojo.
Piper's Dojo was way ahead of the curve on this one.
You can just have lessons all day long, man. Now that you're stuck home because you can't go to work.
Yeah, everyone's like, what the fuck am I going to do now that I'm home quarantined from work and like there's nothing for me to do?
You got like 3 or 4 lessons a day on Piper's Dojo.
Dude, not even that. Fuck the live shit. Go into the fucking archives. And
that too.
There's like 2 years worth of fucking tune tutorials.
You could get your 100-day challenge done in like 4 days.
Easily.
Just keep playing over. Just stop, play.
Yeah. Like there's so much shit in the archives of that site where it's just oh, I want to learn a P-Brock. Oh, there's 700 fucking tutorials.
Oh, yeah. Here's another thing I want to ask people to do. This would be, when we get to the rab bit, we'll talk about it. But
okay, go on real quick before we move on for that. Thanks for writing in, Aaron. And sorry to hear about, bro. All right. So
you do anonymous.
Before we get into that, you were going to say that.
Oh, yeah. So I was just going to say, if you're a dojo member, which some of you are, go into Rab's class sometime and just say, hey, man, loved hearing you on the show. Just type it into the chat box. Do that for me.
Go flash mob.
Be like, man, I love that shitting story about Jim Kilpatrick, which we're going to play today.
He's gonna be like, what the fuck?
He's like, uh-oh.
What did I say? What did I say into the microphone?
Yeah, and then every chance you get, Facebook them and say, hey, man, loved hearing you on Channerant.
You should go back on.
Yeah. Definitely, because if I can get them live, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see who else you guys think we should get. I mean, because one of the things we're looking at doing, we've had some issues with guests in the past because
we have a lot of issues because they don't fucking show up.
Because they're flaky bitches. Steven. I get it. I love you. Fucking when you have kids, you don't make your own schedule. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so if you have some guest ideas, shoot them our way, and then more importantly, shoot them our way. You know what I mean? Like talk to them and say, hey, you should go on Channerant.
Yeah, definitely plant a seed because if we come at them cold, they're like, who are you?
I'm like, aren't you guys call everybody cunts?
Aren't you those guys that call everybody cunts? Yeah.
Well, technically, yes. that is accurate.
We do have a couple interesting guests coming up. And the other thing I think that hurts us is that you hang up on fucking important people all the goddamn time.
That was only because we were doing Channerant After Dark daytime.
That's true.
I'm sorry. We were doing
Which people
Channerant.
haven't heard that yet. After Dark.
Daytime. Yeah, that episode hasn't come out yet. I actually think we should put this one out first.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it all goes. But we have a couple good guests loosely planned for the next few weekends. Of course, they'll bail on us, but some interesting high-level people that'll be interesting to hear about, especially guys that crush the puss. I've got some...
You got some puss crushers?
Push crushers in the lineup.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't had Handsome Tony in a while. Is he still crushing the puss?
I don't know. I haven't heard. I assume so. I don't know.
He's probably dead. He's probably got hypergonosyphilides.
Yeah, he's
probably
long
died.
dead.
Okay, so we have another email. This is from someone who wished to remain anonymous. It says, hey guys, long-time listener, oftentimes disgusted, first-time emailer here.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair. Saw your Facebook post asking if bands are taking a hit from canceled parades. Yep. Our band is a small, non-competing parades and events community band that actually plays half decently. Doubt it. We depend on parades. We depend on parades for most of our budget. Send me a clip and I'll tell you if you play half decently.
Yeah, we'll find out for sure.
Yeah, we'll put you on either win, try, or fail of the week, depending. We depend on parades for most of our budget and typically get $2,000 for St. Patrick's Week from the 2 parades we march in. Not bad. All parades were canceled, so we will have to wait until Memorial Day and 4th of July for our next checks. For now, we will just have to forego the purchase of new equipment and uniforms, and thankfully our snare drummer doesn't have the checkbook. That's another story. Cheers, man. He says, hashtag 1 of the 6.
I wonder if this is JD.
It's not.
Beefing with drummers. I guess it's every band's problem.
Yeah, every band beefs with drummers. That brings up an interesting thing because, that's what we talk about. When we talk about taking financial hits, it's less travel related because everyone kind of has to just eat that cost themselves to go to events. Mm-hmm. But we need fucking drum heads and shit. Like we need reeds.
Unfortunately, I ordered them before all this happened.
You said unfortunately?
Like 2 weeks ago. So the bill's due, but I haven't paid for it yet.
Because
I ordered a bunch of drum heads for the contest coming up, which may or may not happen.
Yeah, all 3 of the contests we have coming up may not happen.
Which that's a whole. Maybe we should get in that.
Yeah, just right. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, man, fuck. People don't realize okay, I'm gonna say this, and this may make me unpopular, but I'm already unpopular, so who cares?
Yeah, most people don't like you.
Most people don't like me. Pipe bands in general, even really good ones, have a completely insignificant operating budget. It takes so little money in the grand scheme of things for them to run. Most pipe bands are looking at an operating budget of $2,000 to $5,000. Bands that are more mid-level, maybe $10,000 a year is their operating budget that they need to actually get shit done. Fuck, on paper it's not a lot of money to when you think about any other business in the world, but fuck, is it hard to get? Big time.
Well, you work your ass off for it, for sure.
We do. I would say we play, we've talked about it before on the show. We have the fortune of living in Vegas where we get a fuck ton of gigs. I mean, we play a couple gigs a month.
Is that fortunate or unfortunate? Because think about the East Coast guys who all they do is parades and they make a shit ton of money parades. I mean, minus
that's
this
true,
all happening.
Yeah. Well, they get
that's
paid.
All they have to do.
They get paid for parades there.
They get a lot of money. We don't.
We don't get any.
West Coast doesn't.
Well, I mean, we don't do. Yeah, we stopped doing parades because they wouldn't pay.
Because they don't pay. Yeah, we used to. I don't. East Coast.
I mean, and it's fucking miserable. Parades suck ass.
Yeah.
And then
there's guys
not even getting paid.
I think it was New York, could be Joe Brady. I forget. I get everybody confused, but they would travel within, I'd say, a couple hundred miles of a radius of where they are.
Oh, they'd play 20.
Parades, but there's a parade in every town.
Yeah, they do 20 fucking parades.
New Jersey, that's what it is. Some guys I know in Jersey, there's a parade and within 15 minutes there's 20 parades and they just make $20,000 or something in a year because they just do a fuck ton of parades for 2 weeks.
Yeah, if we could do that, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, then we don't have to do shit all year.
We'd have to live on the East Coast, which I don't think is worth the trade off.
No. But we do get a lot of gigs, but we're working for it. We're going to casinos, we're goddamn sitting there for 3 hours like we did the other night, or a couple weeks ago, whatever it was. So I don't know. I'm starting to maybe think we don't have it as good as some other bands, depending on location. Well, and especially because everybody's cheap here. People are charge cheap. A lot for St. Patrick's Day stuff everywhere else except here. They will say no. To even close to what other people are asking. I have to undercut a lot of what we do.
Well, and the other thing that I think is worth mentioning, and we've bitched about this before, is especially for play our hero music, especially for our band, it's 2 people playing. You play probably 70% of the gigs.
Right. I would say play 95% of the gigs.
Oh, I was
not always
say,
by myself.
I was going to say you play 60 to 70 by yourself.
Oh, well, yeah, just counting band gigs. I mean, I do almost every one of them.
Yeah. Oh. And
there's other people that do it as well.
Every gig where there's more than one piper, I'm there.
You're the second one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then there's a few after that it goes down significantly.
So it turns into one of those things where it's and we can actually talk about last night. a little bit if you want, because like we had our scheduled gigs that weren't canceled. Mm-hmm. We got an extra one where we had to fucking jet back across town to go back to Hendertucky to play again.
45-minute drive, yeah.
And so that was good because that helped us kind of recoup.
Yeah, it worked out. And we got $20 starting bar tab and free drinks. So
we did get free drinks, which was awesome. So we didn't lose money.
Right.
I didn't lose any money yesterday. I bought my first beer. That was
until the bit at the end, but that sucked. But we'll get into
that's true. I didn't lose that though. That was my lovely girlfriend being a patron of the arts.
Yes.
I feel like for a round or two of beers, hopefully she got good entertainment value. But yeah, no, and like so we finished that in Henderson. We came back to like downtown area, which because we both live down here, and there's a ton of bars that are like just kind of concentrated, they're not far apart. Mm-hmm. And we were like, let's just fucking play. Let's play into places. Let's see if the people will give us tips. Let's see if we can get like some free beers or something. Like, let's just let's go fucking prostitute ourselves.
Mm-hmm. And just see what the feeling is out.
See what the feeling is out, and it was not good.
No.
Nobody was.
I think we picked the wrong area. We did an experiment. It was a hipstery, young, youthful area.
I think everyone was too young.
And those people are they don't care at all about tradition, history, bagpipes, kilts, anything that's slightly uncool. If you're not wearing a beanie, we should have worn beanies, and then we would have been really popular.
Well, you were wearing a horse head.
I was. That didn't work. That didn't do anything for everybody's like, yeah. That was awesome. $24 for your beers. Like, all right, we picked the wrong place. We're going to have to find where all the old people are still partying.
You know what I thought about? Was we should fucking make a trek out to, like, towards the folks' place and fucking
the
bust
shitty bars.
Casablanca and shit. Like up there where it's just old gamblers and shit making money.
Yeah. Let's go to that one. What was that one we used to always go to? Jake's? Go there.
Oh, we could try Jake's.
Shit bars.
Yeah, because Casablanca, like there's a Putters up there where like a lady just like won $900 and so she bought everybody's drinks for the night.
Yeah, we could go to
gaming. We need places with gaming.
We gotta go to Huntridge just to say we did it. We've never done it.
We've never played pipes inside Huntridge. That's true. We should go by there today and ask them if they like give a shit if we just fucking come in and rage on St. Patty's. I'm sure they got a bunch of shit going on.
I'm sure they do.
That place was so fucking packed on New Year's, I couldn't believe.
Dude, you think they're gonna have karaoke on St. Patrick's Day Tuesday?
God, I fucking hope not.
God, that would
guess what? Even if they do,
we're playing over them.
We're fucking drowning that shit out.
I'd say we go to Angel's Casino and just march through there until he's like gets so pissed and throws us out.
Yeah, that'd be good. Well, he's got to be furloughed, right? Aren't they gonna send him home?
He went to work yesterday.
Oh,
I don't know.
But yeah, so going back to the whole like, and this is why I want to bitch because it's fucking two people 99% of the time playing everything.
Well, yeah.
And so I don't think anybody else really has an understanding of like what goes into raising the money that they don't give a shit about when they don't come to a Jack Lee lesson.
Correct. Right. When we spend $1,200 to $1,500 on Jack Lee's whole trip, and they're like,
and that $1,200 to $1,500 represents like 30 hours of our time.
I wouldn't say that, but it's still significant. Maybe all added together with organizing and all the nonsense. But yeah, and then they're very just so like, yeah. I don't feel like coming.
Yeah, like I had that.
I'm sick.
I had that on one of my band tirades when I was yelling at everybody. And I was like, you guys realize that the only people that spend more fucking time with Jack Lee in the piping community are SFU? Like,
it's ridiculous. Like, we've got to be the most consistent gig for him over the last 2 years.
Like, and y'all still are fucking playing A's where there's G's.
You're still crashing the goddamn tackum. I want to fucking kill everybody. Except the drummers. They're doing good.
The drummers are actually killing it.
And now we're not going to have a chance. This is the perfect... I tell you, we've been cursed by the fucking Parkers. Let me go off on a tirade here. We're finally got our shit together.
We got drums.
And this fucking curse and the COVID thing has happened. And now, who knows if if Vegas game's going to happen? Who knows if any of the games are going to happen?
And we were talking about changing the music. We're not even going to play this. We're probably not even going to
get to play any of this.
We're not going to play any of this shit we've been working on because we're probably going to change the music.
It's fucking ridiculous, man. I'm like, what else could possibly happen?
Why do you think that certain individuals specifically had cursed us?
Because ever since they left, and even when they were around, it was still terrible. But the drum section's always been a problem for us.
Yeah.
Always. Like 20 years, it's always been an issue. We've had a core here or there, but they were never particularly good. There was enough to like make it happen.
Well,
but
it was usually like one really talented person, and then like a bunch of people that were just kind of working.
Complete,
Like,
utility players.
I mean, back when you guys had Kit, I wasn't playing with the band when Kit was in the band. And
correct. But he was around for like maybe 4 times.
And he was fucking awesome. And then it's just like, okay, there's a couple people like kind of struggling along next to him, you know?
Yeah. But he just was too busy to actually care or whatever. But he was a great influence and stuff. But it was just didn't work out. But I swear, man, ever since like even when they were around, they would drive everybody out anyway because they were horrible human beings.
Like not only do we have talented people now, but like all the people are like cool. They're fun to hang out with.
Right. The drummers are all cool people. Yeah, absolutely. So, granted, they don't hang out, but we have no gigs for them to play. So, nobody asked for drummers.
I'll say, yeah. It's like one of those things where it's like,
because I keep trying to sell them, like, hey,
I'll take $50 off if you ask for a fucking snare.
Just so I don't have to do every goddamn gig.
Yeah, just so that these fuckers can actually make sure their kilt fits. Like,
they don't put it on until the goddamn
I'd say none of them have even fucking worn it yet.
It's ridiculous, man. Oh my god. And like there's sometimes I'm like they're like, oh, we need 4 people for this event. Like St. Patrick's Day, there's one in particular that happened, and they're like, I'm like, hey, you want 2 pipers, 2 drummers, right? And I'm like pushing them that direction. Like, no, we just want 4 pipers. I'm like, fuck.
God damn it.
Can we just get a drummer a job?
3 pipers, 1 snare, maybe?
Like, come on, something. But yeah, so it's just wild, man. I don't know. We're cursed. I swear.
Yeah.
So anyway,
what are you gonna do? Hey, you know what? We are the little band that could, man. We just keep fucking chugging along.
We will.
At the end of the day, people will be able to say a lot of negative things about us, rightfully so, because we're cunts. But they won't. But they won't be able to say that we didn't try hard. We certainly did.
Isn't it a movie, Try Hard, or something? I don't know.
Is that like you climbing an event looking for contest to play at? Come out to the coast. Have a few laughs.
That could be what Scott McDonald will be doing soon when everybody cancels on him.
Okay, so we have another email.
Yeah, this one's from, I think it's from Gordon Rennie. And it says, can you wish our brother Andrew Rennie a belated happy birthday? Can you say, your harmony playing is shit. His finger work is equal to a melted guy with equal to the melted guy from RoboCop. His ability to cover the chanter holes like a jolly gloved Freddy Krueger, and his ability to blow steady like an 80-year-old male mouth hooker. Helen Keller could tune drones better, and he thinks Pakistani pipes are the best. Loads of love from your loving superior brothers, Gordon and David. So happy birthday,
Happy
Andrew.
birthday.
Yeah, man. I believe that's the dude from PSNI.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or Andrew is. I forget. One of them is. Some of them are. I don't know.
Yeah. One of them, well...
Speaking of PSNI.
Whichever one plays in a shit band, that's probably the guy from PSNI, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, service band, right?
Yeah. God, I hope we never get arrested back in Ireland.
We're so fucked, dude.
We get, like, if next time we go to visit the Northern Irish fam, if we get picked up, dude, we are fucked. We're gonna be in a fucking gulag taking.
Boy, the Cheneran boys. You think you're funny, eh?
We're gonna be in the gulag taking short Irish gingery dicks.
The Irish gulag, is that a thing? I don't know. Yeah. So
it's called Tully Gulagan.
Only the Northern Irish people will get that joke.
Yeah, Ballygulag. Everything's fucking named the same.
Who's our friend from Tully Gulag? Who's that dude? Came over and visited us. He got some merch from us.
Oh,
when we were there.
Yeah, I remember.
He's highly disappointed. I can't think of his name right now.
He's probably. But everyone's highly disappointed in us. I mean, we're a shit show.
It's a good point.
Yeah, come on. Okay, so we got some Facebook comments as well about the cancellations. Even though I explicitly told everyone to send us a fucking email.
Yeah, they love to not listen. They're typical adult learners.
Well, I mean, honestly, they take after mom and dad that way. You know, like they're bad listeners and they just are counterculture.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, we're mom and dad in this situation.
Oh, no, I got it.
I don't know if you picked that up.
No, I did. So let's see some of these comments. So Brian, fan of the show, long-time listener, first-time caller, says, due to our rural nature, rural, 4 hours away from anything
the rural juror.
4 hours away from anything large. And that we have college students going away this week and not coming back for a week. Our local gigs are still on. Ooh,
Nice.
That's interesting.
Yeah, small towns actually probably are in better shape.
Yeah, because
there's not enough people to
worry about
it, and you're all gonna infect each other anyway because you're all related, fucking or both.
Yeah.
Especially in the South.
Hashtag FU Joe Brady.
Hashtag Raleigh. At Raleigh Pipe Band.
Adam says, yeah, we lost several gigs yesterday. That one of the pubs dumped was to be a decent money, too, as we were scheduled for 3 separate paid spots. No new drum skins for us this year. Yeah, man. Feel your pain, except I already ordered the fuckers.
Yeah, so now we got to figure out how to pay for them. We're going to be fucking sucking dick for $5 on Fremont trying to pay for these fucking drum heads.
Oh, my God.
Why don't the drummers have to suck dick for their own drum heads? You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
So nobody wants to listen to drums or fuck drummers.
Yeah, we only need them because I don't actually know why we need them. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, they're almost they're almost as good at keeping tempo as my feet.
Almost.
Yeah.
Siobhan says parades were canceled, but night of gigs are still on. For now, I have no faith For now, I have no faith they will remain scheduled. However, we are taking it day by day as well.
Yep.
Day by day. Like we know that call's coming on Monday where everything gets canceled.
Just like Fusco takes his penicillin day by day.
And of course, Rooster Cockburn says, "Birds of a feather fuck together. I love being screwed."
I like how Rooster made his own.
He's got his own Facebook page now. His own persona. He's got his own
Facebook thing now.
Have you seen some of his posts with his pictures and memes and things?
It's very
all
interesting.
roostery stuff. It's great. It's very classic. I desperately need to know who that is. JD. Is it JD, you think? Is Rooster Cockburn JD?
I don't think so. JD's not that creative.
No, he's not. And Barbara says, we're fucked. Who's our treasurer?
Yes, that is accurate. Babs. Everyone knows Babs. She's actually the treasurer for the band. She does not play in the band. She's civilian.
Yeah. Ooh, there's an idea. Somebody in the chat says, sign those drum heads and sell them online. Except that you can't open the top. You can't open the top heads until you actually want to use them. Because they're like, I don't know why, but they say don't open them.
Yeah, fucking.
We'll sign the bottom ones.
Yeah, we'll sign them.
All right, that's a good idea.
I wanted to. This is an honorable mention. When we were taking our masks off because we were talking about sweating like a whore in church and whatever.
Right.
Aaron Campbell, sweating like a service band near a tuner.
That's a good one.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah.
So, Skill.
Yeah.
What is number 7? What does this mean?
So this is a clip of Rab telling a story.
Oh, Rab Matheson?
Rab Matheson, yeah.
We have. So we're actually bringing in the segment of Rab's story of the week.
Yeah, we finally have time. We're back to normal, and we have time to kill on this episode specifically.
Do we need like some intro music of like Rab's segment of the week.
I'll let it.
Oh, piss off!
Ooh, I got to listen through all the shit he said.
There's definitely something.
There's got to be something where he's like, fucking Fusco or something.
Yeah. So okay. So let's get some word of wisdom from Mr. Matheson.
So here's a great story about Rab judging.
Did I ever tell you about the time I judged? I must have told you this story. I judged in Florida with a guy who was swearing. I was judging the solos, and this guy comes on, sitting at the tent, sunny day, and I've got my hat on and everything, my bottle of water. This guy, I was judging the event 147 and under or something like that. You know, adult learners versus kids and all that, and the same thing. So this guy comes on and he's playing the Athelin Albion Gathering. So I writes it down and he strikes up. It's tuned up and then he goes, you're the one.
It's funny because I wish I could say that's never happened to me.
And he must have shouted fuck about 20 times. I'm sitting writing and I looked up and thought, was that him? So I ended up writing on the sheet, the vocal accompaniment is not helping the delivery of this beautiful march. You know, sent the sheet away. And Sandy Keith came over to me right after it and said, that was really remarkable. That guy's got severe Tourette's. For him to play the pipes, and I went, fuck! Get me the sheet back. I had to get the sheet back and rewrite.
That's funny.
Can you imagine like the things that judges see in their lives, like just random shit we don't even know?
It's kind of a callback to the Angel story where he was talking about who he thought was a heckler at the concert, but it was a kid with Tourette's.
Yeah, it was a guy who was just like, "Arr!" No, he was like disabled, right?
Yeah,
Mentally disabled.
yeah.
Or something. We can't say the hard R, but you know what I mean.
I thought he had Tourette's as well because he was
Could have been. Could have been. Because
no, he's saying boo. That's what he's saying. He's saying boo. And Angel's like, oh shit, already, all right. We got a funny guy in the back, you know.
Somebody's thinks he's funny out there. Angel's just heckling a fucking
mentally disabled
person. Oh, that's great. So
he's like, give me the sheets back.
So do us a favor, Facebook Rab, he's all over Facebook, and or go into his class and say, hey man, I love your new segment on the Chanarant show.
Yeah, I love Rab's story of the week.
We're gonna save the Kilpatrick shitting story because that's a good one.
That's a good one.
We'll tease it a little bit.
Okay,
so we got a couple episodes coming
it'll be like a little turtle head poking out. We're not gonna go already.
Exactly. So what else we got?
So, in Chanarant merch news, I was so confused when you texted me. So we dropped a new shirt. It is the Chanarant Eternal Youth tee, and it's how you live forever in the time of coronavirus. And Fusco had texted me. He's like, "Oh, can you fix it in the store? It's youth size." Right. No, it's called Eternal Youth. It's not youth sized.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's adult sizes. It's just called Eternal Youth.
Because I tried to order like a large and it said like large in kid sizes or something.
Did it really?
Yeah. I'll double check. I could be wrong. But I swear, you called it Eternal Youth?
Yeah.
I can't imagine I would have. Maybe. Who knows? Let me look.
Yeah, so I was so confused when you texted me. I was like, man, did I fuck this up?
What's the website again? Or how do we get to it?
Chanarate.com when you go to the store.
No, our version. Like our behind the scenes version.
No, I just ordered a medium. And that was fine.
Store? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I must have read it wrong.
So I was so confused. I was like, how the fuck did that happen? I thought I had this thing fixed. No, it's just called Eternal Youth. You can get it in adult sizes.
I see. Okay.
And so we encourage you to check out the Chanarant Eternal Youth tee. It is a pentagram with hand washing in the middle. And it's got both steps that Chanarant uses to stay alive forever. That's step 1, wash your hands. Step 2, hail Satan.
Yeah. It's got channers in it, and it looks like a drum. I can't really tell.
Yeah, there's like pipes and a drum. There's pipes, drumsticks, a bass drum, a beer, and panties.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Perfect.
Yeah.
Everything a good pipe bander needs to survive.
Yep. So, check it out. Go to chanarant.com/store. It's on sale for $20 now.
Help support your local musicians who are now broke. Because
you can live forever by washing your hands and hailing Satan.
Absolutely.
Chanarant.com store. So, Fusco. Contests. I'm interested in your predictions on how this is going to play out.
Locally, you mean? Or
I think really just from the season as a whole.
Well, for example, RSPBA put out a statement today that they have no statement. They're not canceling anything yet.
Well, I think WSWA did the same thing. WSWA was like, hey,
go to the CDC website.
Well, go to the CDC website for updates on how to keep yourself safe and whether or not events are canceled are up to the organizers.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that yet. Well, that's association staying out of it pretty well. RSPBA, same thing, more or less. They're like, hey, we haven't made any decisions yet. We're looking into it, and we're staying in touch with the organizers, but nothing's, stay safe, essentially. So nobody knows anything. I'm going to bet you that early season stuff gets canceled here and there.
I would be very likely to agree.
I'm going to say for us, this is normal season. They start in like May over there, more or less. I'm going to say stuff's going to get canceled.
I still have pretty high hopes for Vegas, just because we're such a fuck you area. And because there's so many different governments that are in charge of different things, like Clark County, like, we got emails because Clark County canceled their events, and like we're like, oh, like so everything's canceled because Clark County canceled their stuff. I'm like, we're not in a county park, we're in a city park. It's different.
Well, the city's coming, except that the mayor is like, this is killing us, so let's go forward.
Well, this is one of the rare occasions where being in a city park instead of a county or like a North Las Vegas or something like that park might actually play to our advantage, because the city is so much more concerned with the bottom line,
Right.
than public safety.
Correct. But here's the thing: this could be a risk to you, though. If you cut out now, do you minimize your losses? Versus if you go on and people don't show up because they're afraid, you end up completely fucked. So it's like having bad weather.
Yeah,
people don't show.
So the way that I've kind of planned it out so far is I kind of have like point of no return dates mapped out.
Sure.
So it's like, okay, by this point, I have to make a decision on, am I going to put the deposit down on my parking? At this point, I have to make a decision on, am I going to, put in the final order for tents and fence? At this point, I have to figure out, am I going to rent the equipment? So, and it's all based on kind of how much money I could potentially lose along the way. So it's designed to minimize risk with the hope that if everything goes peachy, we just have the event and it's a good time. Like I said, by April 1st, everyone could be like, man, remember that crazy thing? Remember that crazy COVID thing? And we all stayed home and now it's gone.
Yeah.
Or
could say
it
that
could
all day
go,
long, but
or
it's not there yet.
Well, no, or it could go the other way. But the big thing for me is just like, okay, how do I plan to minimize things? And it's largely based on the largest financial risks to the organization, because it's a nonprofit and this is where we take in money, and it seriously affects our ability to do the event in the future. And my second main concern of I want people to be able to like cancel plans in a timely fashion. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to have to refund a bunch of fucking money too. Like if we get shut down, I got to refund advance purchase, VIP, vendor fees, athletics registration stuff. Like, which actually that brings up another point. So people have already paid for like piping registration for some of these events.
Sure.
As far as solos and bands.
Yep. You'd have to get
Has WSPBA I don't get that money. WSPBA gets that money.
I don't know who does.
So has WSPBA put out any statement saying they're going to refund those fees?
No.
Because I would be
Are you sure?
interested.
Because that goes through the R2 website.
Yeah, it doesn't go to us. We don't get paid.
Who gives you that? Because that's the money you guys use to offset your judge costs.
No. So we and Buggy would be better explaining this than I am. But like all that shit goes to the association for fees, and we get like a cut. I think we don't get anything from R2.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
The way you guys used to do it before is when people mailed in checks, which wasn't that long ago, believe it or not.
Oh, it's people. Some
it
people
went to
still
the
have to mail
games.
in checks for stuff.
It went to the games.
Yeah, no, the online stuff we don't get that cash.
That doesn't make any sense. So if people were to mail you checks now, does it go to you?
They can't. I don't think you can register by mailing us a check.
Yeah, not now, I suppose. Yeah. But that doesn't make sense because the whole point of that is to offset the cost.
Yeah,
of judges.
It's
why am I paying WSPBA if you guys are paying the judges?
Nothing offsets our costs.
But they used to.
Maybe slightly, but I mean, like, okay, like for example,
the whole reason they charge money for P-Brock,
let's say you play,
and you get it back, is because they're paying for a P-Brock judge to be there, and they want to make sure you show up.
We want to make sure you show, and that's like $20, I think.
Yeah, it's not much, but it's still.
Like, let's say we had, I don't even know what a fucking solo registration costs for us right now. It's probably like $30, you know. Like that, yeah. So let's say we get like 50 players that are paying $30 to compete, and then the bands don't pay by event, do they? Or do we?
By event, yeah. We pay. That's the other thing. If this is true, this pisses me off beyond belief because we pay $300 at the beginning of the year to WSPBA for our registration.
This is a thing we should dig into. Okay, so
then we paid $33, I think it was, to register as a Vegas Games.
Okay.
And then I don't know about all the games. I haven't looked into them all yet, but I believe we pay some entrance fee. Some you don't. Some you do.
I'm pretty.
If that goes to WSPBA, what the fuck?
I'm pretty sure I probably pay a single band more in travel money than all the registrations combined for like solos. Well, no, maybe not, because if you put all the solos together, $30, probably like 50 people.
Yeah,
it's like $1,500 maybe.
Yeah. So, okay, and
so. Let's say I take it. Personally, I think all that shit should just go to me directly anyway. But I just cut out the middleman. But yeah, so I think this would be a good thing to go into on an episode. We should get Buggy though, because he knows the system better than I do.
Okay.
And
I would
maybe
love to talk to him,
do a
figure out
quick
how
thing
this
about
whole
like,
thing
okay, like,
works.
because I mean, let me put it this way. Let's say I collected it all straight. I get $1,500 from registrants, and I get, let's see, you said like $30 a band, so like
Yeah, it's not much, but
$400
I don't even know why they charge that.
for band registrations. Probably just to make sure you come.
Maybe, but I'm not making a decision based
Piping
on
and
$30.
drumming overall when it comes to like judges, travel, prize, awards, the fucking area that it's in as far as like Vincent bleachers and all that shit cost me about $32,000 just to hold that one portion of the event.
Okay.
So I still think I should just take all the registration money myself, because that's still going to, I mean, all the registrations for all the bands and all the soloists pay for one judge, basically.
Maybe, but what is the point of it? What is the purpose of Wuspaba getting that fee? If that's what happens, I don't know.
I don't know. I supposedly I think it's because the system, the online system, makes it easier to run the event. But I mean, like, I remember,
Maybe it's a administration fee for having the online system. But isn't that what our fucking yearly fee is paying for? Like, isn't that for like operations? Right.
Great questions. We could do a whole episode on that.
Fuck, man. So and okay, maybe it's. Remember last year, or was it 2 years ago now? It was the year of the Cottlegate thing, where Cahill was still involved in Wuspaba, or he's still Southern Branch, whatever the fuck he was.
Branch
And,
president of the Desert Branch.
And Wuspaba is supposed to send a representative to watch over everything to every games. Remember at the Vegas games that year, they didn't have one. And Cahill's like, wait, we don't have one?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, man, there's nobody fucking here. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because he asked me, he's like, "Who's
What the
your?"
fuck are you guys? Maybe it's to send people there, but you're not even sending fucking people.
Well, he's like, "Who's your rep?" And I was like,
We don't
I
have one.
I was like, I thought it was you or Kevin or somebody. Like, nobody. I got nobody. Buggy does it all.
Yeah, and he's not. I mean, he's not a Wuspaba person.
He's not a chain of command. Yeah.
volunteer for the Highland Games, for the Vegas games.
No, but I would say we should probably get him on to get some clarification, because he wouldn't. I don't want us to fucking throw. We've gotten in trouble before when we shit on everyone before we actually get the scoop.
Before we
from
know how it actually
works. So I have a fairly decent understanding, but yeah, I would say we should probably ping Buggy on that.
Yeah, let's call him. Go ahead and call him.
Call me now. You do it now on the coronavirus episode.
On the Chanarant.
Oh god damn it!
Coronavirus.
Daytime. So your prediction is you think a lot of contests are going to get shut down.
Early season, yes.
Early season, I feel like between the contests and the gigs, especially in America, because I just don't know as much about how big a moneymaker some of these things are for bands that are in like Canada or anywhere else. Nobody's going to be able to travel. Nobody's going to have the money.
Nobody's gonna have any money to go anywhere. Yeah, except
Like when it comes to majors and shit in the UK, man, that's going to be gnarly.
they never get paid anything anyway, so they're probably used to this. But for those of us in the U.S. and Canada, perhaps I'm thinking like the travel money to a games, maybe if you were to add it all up, maybe covers 25-30% of a whole band's expense to get to something. Assuming you gave that to your band members.
I'm taking these things off.
They are terrible. So, like that's not that drastic of a difference. But I still think bands won't go because they wouldn't have raised money to offset that other 60% that they would have needed to cover. Or, I mean, in the end, for us, for example, it's a lot of our people pay their own way. A lot of people pay their own way. Sometimes bands help out with hotels. There's lots of different ways to do it. But I'm thinking this is going to make bands make decisions to not go.
I think so.
As an example, like bands aren't practicing, for example. Shots just announced that they are suspending practice for the time being.
Damn.
And I'm sure they're not going to be the first or only one to do that. So that means like grade 1 bands. And I bet you at all levels are going to be like, all right, we better just stay home because I don't know why. These people are nuts. So we're just going to stay home. And I've already had it happen. One of our players has let me know that his significant other said he's not going anywhere for a while. Which I'm like, fucking, this is a significant person to making this work. So I'm like, this definitely puts us off for the next few weeks when we're prepping to get to the Vegas games and make a run of it. It's like I'm sure a lot of bands are in a situation where people are going to stay home or they're not going to have practices and they're not going to be prepared as they might normally be. I mean, I guess we're all in the same boat unless some of those crazy fuckers are like, no, we're going for it twice a week. Fuck it. They're all sick, but who cares?
Live or die. Whether you live or die in pipe band.
Yeah, man, I don't know. So it's going to be interesting. I think I definitely think it's going to cancel a bunch of stuff in the next 2 months for sure. After that, Worlds, who knows, man? That's a big ass event.
I mean, well, and that's a big ass event that has, fairly tight margins. I mean, if a bunch of people don't fucking go, then how the fuck do you do it again? Like, where do you get the money to do it the next year?
Well, I was thinking about this. Maybe everybody just cancels everything and we're like, all right, let's just go back next year and save all our money this year. Like nobody, because if you kind of go and you don't have any income this year, but you go and spend the money anyway, next year you're especially fucked. You're going to end up behind.
Well, and I think one of the things we're going to see come out of this is I think we're going to see a lot of fucking ingenuity for fundraising events.
I was thinking about it. We should get Joe Brady on the phone and get like, hey man, how should bands raise money? Because you're super creative.
Yeah,
because we're all fucked. So what else should we do?
I think you're going to see some really ingenious solutions to like practicing, some solutions to like fundraising. It's going to be, but I mean, it's tough times. Like what are you going to do?
Yeah, even one of our own. Shout out to Babs who got creative today somehow for some reason. Who posted her you ever see those like Facebook things where you're like, hey, I'm raising money for whatever charity or whatever.
Yeah, well, I think it's like for my birthday instead of giving me gifts or whatever you do.
She did it for us because just today I think it went up. Because we have a bunch of shit canceled and we're kind of fucked. So Babs, thanks for doing that, and people donated and it's great. And maybe that's just one of those creative things you got to do, like start asking. You got to start begging, I guess. I don't know.
Did you say pegging?
Begging.
Oh, begging.
That's Handsome Tony is pegging.
Handsome Tony's the old pegging joke.
So I don't know. I guess get creative. I don't know. Like I heard, I talked to Aussie Broad, like a bunch of their shit. Actually, everything of theirs got canceled at some point, and then they got a call like yesterday, like, hey, we want to have pipers, so they went ahead and did it. So
we've got some people in the chat too saying that they've had rehearsal locations close.
Yeah, I've heard that.
People off until potentially April. I mean, it's just. So I don't have to go to practice next week, right?
I guess we'll see. We'll see what the church does.
We'll see what happens.
I heard there was some band that practices in high school. I forget who it is now. And the high school is not closed, but they canceled all extracurricular stuff, so they won't allow people to practice there. So their band's no longer practicing there for the time being. So yeah, I bet you that's going to happen for sure.
God, and we have a bunch of people that don't practice at home either.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Fuck.
So this one guy, here's a great fucking thing that made me laugh. So this dude that contacted me, he's like, hey, my wife says, she's got some health issues. I can't go. We blah, blah, blah. Fair enough. Right. He's like, but I'll stay in communication. I'll be practicing at home. I'm like, one, you've already told me you don't practice at home. Two, you never communicate with me. So how is it going to get any worse? I never talk to you. Like, I never hear from you unless it's the last minute and, that kind of thing. I'm like, this is so friggin' funny. Yeah. Okay. Good luck communicating with me. So yeah, I don't know. It's definitely putting a wrench in the old works, but this could be a good thing because people might get creative and things might change because now they have to find other ways to survive. So I think weed out some of the weak.
Yeah, and
things.
I think it'll upset the status quo. Like just enough. It'll upset the status quo where it's like, okay, like let's get fucking realistic about how we should run these things.
Yeah, that people might get a little more, absolutely realistic and more creative, but also like, is this kind of thing, whatever this thing is, necessary? We were already in fucking full. Before this happened, full like reevaluate funding, not funding, but expenses mode. As you and I started the Third Reich, Fourth Reich, whatever. Mm-hmm. But like this is going to force everybody to reevaluate what we're spending money on. And how necessary is that like extra 10% of getting new drum heads going to add to your sound?
Well, I also think that player by player, like one of the things we've talked about before, and as it is in most bands, are really like 4 super dedicated people keeping all the shit together.
Correct.
And then everyone else just gets to show up and have a good time.
Correct.
And I think that it's going to probably change that. I think that people are going to realize like, oh, wait a minute. Like I was coasting pretty for a couple years now where I really didn't have to do that much aside from show up once a week and not totally balls it. Mm-hmm. And now I'm probably going to have to actually pitch in and help. Oh,
that's coming. Like I've had a couple of my guys because I announced a couple of things have been canceled, and I've had a couple of text messages like, "Hey man, we may have to do some fundraising." And I'm like, "Yeah man, get out of your bikini. We're gonna do some car washes."
Yeah, dude. Like at this
we're
point,
gonna find a way to fucking make some money so we can still
actually
function.
do stuff. Yeah, I mean.
But it was interesting that it came out of nowhere from somebody that I wouldn't normally hear that kind of thing about.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, people are starting to think, oh boy, everyone's
got to pitch in, man.
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be a great coming together thing. You know, like isn't that what we hope? I mean, I don't trust.
Well, it'll be a great coming together thing for everybody that's under 60 that lives through it.
Our poor parents.
Rest of y'all.
Rest in peace. Anybody over 60.
Bad news, man.
Oh, we're gonna get so much trouble for that.
The boomer remover is coming for you.
They should rename this thing the Boomer Remover. That's a great one. Instead of COVID-19 or whatever the fuck.
Well, Fusco, why don't we pour? You want to pour another whiskey? Or are you done? Because we're going into final thoughts.
Yeah, final thoughts. I guess we can just do a. We played Amazing Grace at the beginning as a. What would you call it? A
memorial to our St. Patrick's Day, which I'm so pissed off because I was so looking forward to 2020 St. Patty's, man.
Yeah, man, we're gonna rage. We're gonna go downtown.
I was looking forward to a very fun weekend.
We're gonna absolutely rage because we're done with gigs at 8, so we're just gonna go do our own thing after 8 and see what trouble we get.
Ghost Town.
Oh, it's gonna be great. But last night okay, we know where we're not going.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like on Tuesday, people are already gonna be stir crazy, and they're just gonna say fuck it.
I think that's possible, yeah. And we just got to go to the right area.
You can only keep alcoholics down so long, man. Nobody's stocked up enough.
No, not liquor. I mean, toilet paper maybe, but not liquor for sure.
Here's so the fundraising idea that came in through chat is we just got to get a bunch of TP and sell it for $100 a roll.
How are we going to get it?
Don't worry about that.
Oh, you're going to steal it. Okay. It's suddenly become the most valuable commodity on earth is toilet paper. I still don't get that. Like, why toilet paper?
I don't know.
Water, I get, but
mass hysteria, but
it's
also
not like the water faucet's
water's still
work.
coming out of the tap. So,
yeah, like it's not like a water threat. It's just people are buying bottled water by the fucking
like
ton.
someone's gonna be like, I have 75 rolls of toilet paper. I'm good. I'm like, I have a gun. I'll take 20 of those rolls now.
That was the great Bill Burr who said that joke. That was a great joke. He's like, I'm just stocking up for the strongest guy in the block. Like whoever's got the most guns is going to take all my shit. So, so don't buy anything, you idiots. You just become a target.
It's just that's when you start trading it for protection. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a barter economy.
Listen, let me tell you what I stocked up on: condoms. That's the only thing I bought in bulk recently.
What's condoms?
Yeah.
You think you're just gonna keep wrecking?
Well, isn't it like what did we call it last night? It's cuffing season.
Yeah.
Coronavirus. Corona cuffing. Yeah. Because there's going to be a lot of people
you're
like really
anxious.
You're
going to be crushing that corn puss.
I'll just put it out on whatever, Tinders and all those things. Like, hey,
I've got rubbers and Purell. Come on over.
Hashtag crush the Corona puss. We don't care, man. I'm going to live through it, so I'm okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
You older broads that are, that seem to be into me for whatever reason lately, you may not.
Sorry. We finally found something that'll kill you faster than Fusco's herpes.
Yeah, absolutely. So should we do our final drink to the end of every pipe band on Earth financially? And
yeah.
I think we'll see the weak ones definitely fold.
Yeah.
We'll see a lot of kilts being sold online soon. So be prepared to pick up some cheap kilts, ladies and gentlemen.
All we got to do is survive.
And drums, potentially.
I'm about to say, all we got to do is survive and buy used shit. We'll be golden.
We'll be gold.
All right. Well, cheers, buddy.
Salute to everybody out there. Good luck. And
be safe. Wash your hands. Hail Satan.